Welcome back everyone to another build order tutorial, and today we're looking at a man-at-arms into towers into archers build order for the poles. It's going to be 22 population click up, and we're really going to make use of the civilization bonuses that the poles get. In particular, the fact that their stone miners also generate gold is going to make this build really smooth. In typical fashion, we start off with 6 on sheep or geese, whatever you have, and then we'll start by sending 2 villagers to wood. As usual, I keep the first 16 villagers the exact same for most of the build orders, and so we're going to start getting the first villager to wood now. Make sure you scout your herdables, of course, with your sheep or whatever you got, geese. Now, with this build, you don't have to push deer. I mean, if you can push 1 or 2, it would really help smooth things out, because when we're in Feudal Age, we may have to force drop food from the mill, or well, in this case, the full walk, the berries, at least a couple of times to keep the villager production up. But if you push a deer or 2, then you won't have to do any of that. But on this build order, we're not going to rely on deer, so I can show you how you can do it without having to push any. So we start off again, 6 on sheep, 2 to wood, and we grab our first boar. Then we send 2 villagers to wood. And then we send a villager to build 2 houses and then to berries, and the next villager will build a full walk at the berries. Now at this point, don't forget as well, the full walk also does give you population space, but we do build 2 houses because mostly out of habit, because of basically the 20 population man-at-arms into archers and towers and things. Those build orders for me tend to build the 2 houses, so it's mostly out of habit. I don't want to break that, but at the same time you will need the population space later on once you hit feudal, because yeah, you're going to be building towers and microing and macroing, so sometimes the extra population space can really help. So once you've got the 2 villagers on berries, we grab the second boar, and then the next 2 villagers are going to go to berries. So as a recap, 6 on food, 2 to wood, 1 to boar, 2 to wood, 1 to 2 houses and then berries, 1 to berries, 1 to the second boar, and then again 2 villagers to berries. After that, you're going to get 2 villagers underneath the TC to the food there. And once you've got 10 villagers underneath the TC, you're going to get the next villager to build a barracks, and then we'll go to stone, and then the final 2 villagers before you click up will go to stone by building a mining camp. Once you have a total of 3 villagers on stone, you'll of course click loom before you click up to Feudal Age. And then once you've clicked up to Feudal Age, you'll train 3 militia, you'll send 3 villagers from underneath the TC to the wood line, and then 4 will go towards the barracks to join the militia, and the remaining 3 villagers underneath the TC will go to berries. Okay, now once we've hit Feudal Age, we get double beard axe, we get man-at-arms upgrade, we've moved forward with 4 villagers, and we start by building a tower, and these militia, keep them alive because we're going to get man-at-arms as well, and you want to build houses around your towers as well to protect them, to stop them from getting rushed. Okay, look, the villagers are coming forward, so this is a bit of an issue. This can happen if your opponent's on guard, and just try and keep the villagers away from the towers as much as possible. Repair the towers if you have to. And you know, this is causing so much idle time for your opponent, and you'll be able to get a couple of villager picks as well, so it's great. We're going to repair the tower as well, so we managed to keep it alive. You can see how important it is to get these houses, because it just reduces the surface area for the number of villagers that can attack the tower. So the tower survives, and that's absolutely perfect. So now we're just going to get rid of the rest of the army that's there for them, and we'll continue to build that house. Back home, this is what's important, you've got to macro things properly, is the first 2 villagers from the TC after hitting Feudal Age have gone to gold. That's super important, and then after that the villagers will go to the straggler tree and drop farms when you can afford it. Once the berry villagers are done, they will go to wood and also build farms on the way as far as you can afford. So once the towers are up and you've built some houses to protect, the next thing you really want to focus on is getting an archery range and start training some archers. At this point you need to bide your time a little bit. We need a bit of wood to get hold of another tower, but of course the berries will be finishing right about now, so you're going to have a massive injection of wood very shortly. Decent archer numbers now, still one man-at-arms alive, and we're going to drop another tower. And at this point, with the archers supporting there's not a lot that they can do to stop this. And another tower goes up, and at this point keep the villager production up if you can, which you will be able to afford it. And then the next thing you want to think about is either dropping more towers or getting a blacksmith. So I'm opting for a blacksmith because we'd love to get fletching at this point, but again, the enemy's on point, going to try and rush this tower down, but we've got quite a few archers now, 4 of them, and a man-at-arms still there, so it's very difficult. They're going to lose villagers doing this, and of course we're repairing the tower anyway. So we've got the blacksmith down, we're getting fletching, there's archers queued up, and we're going to be dropping farms down at home. At this point you may want to think about getting horse collar. Again, we're going to drop more towers, and at this point your opponent is in big trouble. So guys, hope you enjoyed that build order. Do let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and hope to see you on the next video.